Moments ago, the class is still there. A handshake for fallen officer Stephen McDonald, a big Ranger fan whose son still wears the jersey that Mark Messier made proud here in the city of New York. Sold out, of course, it will be, and there's no better place for a big event than the world's most famous arena. Out came the banners, and in some cases, tears. Mark Messier tugging at the heartstrings of Ranger fans at Madison Square Garden in New York City tonight. And definitely, whatever we had once is gone. Life in pro sports goes on once again. And good evening, everybody. I'm Al Trawick. Welcome to our coverage of what is Mark Messier night here at Madison Square Garden in New York. The Rangers and the Vancouver Canucks tonight. The Rangers know the implication of this. For the Canucks, they'll tell you that they're trying to salvage their season, but no one is losing sight of what Mark Messier brings to this building. There was Walt Clyde Frazier as a Cavalier, there was Eddie as a Red Wing, and Tom Seaver as a member of the Cincinnati Reds. Back he comes, recapturing that sort of drama. He became a New York Ranger on October 4th, 1991 in a trade with Edmonton for Bernie Nichols, Stephen Rice, and Louis DeBrusk. Messier's Messiah mission was to win a Stanley Cup where there hadn't been one since 1940, and he didn't shy away from that. He embraced it and immediately started to bring honor to the Ranger franchise. In his first season, he was league MVP, the team #1 overall. But in the playoffs, a bad fluke goal turned around the series, and the Rangers lost to Pittsburgh. In the 92-93 season, the Rangers were not winners, and there were rumors Messier disliked Roger Neilson's system, but their words didn't reveal anything.
Mark came from Edmonton, where they had their system of play, and every once in a while I think he feels we should maybe be playing a little more like the Oilers played, and we discussed this during the season, but we've never had any serious difficulty between us.
As long as I've been in hockey, I've been taught that the coach is the boss and you respect your coach.
However, after a bad loss to Tampa Bay, Messier had seen enough, and his frustration boiled out.
We have 24 guys this year, and instead of having 4 players unhappy, we have 24 players unhappy, and it's become a problem. It's been becoming a problem for a long time now.
The captain was given credit and blame when Roger Neilson was ousted soon after, but a change to Ron Smith couldn't salvage a crumbled commitment, and the Rangers didn't make the playoffs. In 1993, tempestuous Mike Keenan was hired as head coach. The belief was that he knew how to win.
He's a bit of a disciplinarian, but as far as I'm concerned, every team needs to be successful. You need the discipline and the hard work ethic to be successful.
The Rangers had an awesome regular season, finishing first overall, and in the playoffs, Mark Messier delivered a guarantee the way Joe Namath had in 1969. It came in the midst of a player revolt against the coach and a series with New Jersey that appeared lost. "We will win tonight," he said, later saying he wanted to give his team belief they could do it. But when New Jersey went up 2-0, a morose timeout was called by Mike Keenan, who said little. That's when the captain leaped over the boards and into New York lore. First, he assisted on an Alex Kovalov goal that changed the game. Then he scored a hat trick, maybe, considering the circumstances, the greatest ever.
Moving it over the double line, cuts to the slot piece. Messier backhand, he scores! Messier has tied it at 2. Kovalev's got it. Raw size speed. Moving to the New Jersey line. Drops it for Kovalev. Left circle. Slap shot. Save. Rebound. Score! Winds it around, not out. Messier gets it back, shoots it all the way down, and scores! Messier hits the open net. That's the hat trick for Captain Mark Messier.
People who do that, like Muhammad Ali, they're winners, and you know, you can't say enough. There can be books written about people like him.
The Rangers went all the way to Game 7 of the finals, and he did it again.
Move off and lead. Noonan turns, puts it in front, missed by Graves. Noonan's backhander save, and they score! Messier! It's a power play goal! The waiting is over. The New York Rangers are the Stanley Cup champions! And this one will last a lifetime! Captain Mark Messier, come get the Stanley Cup!
It's difficult to describe been a 54-year-old curse.
Mike Keenan also said is that you win at this and we'll walk together for the rest of our lives. Having experienced this before, I can honestly tell you that is the honest truth, that we will walk together for the rest of our lives.
In fact, Keenan and the team divorced badly as he accepted big money and authority from St. Louis. Meanwhile, after a difficult contract negotiation, Messier stayed on.
The Garden and the Rangers and the Madison Square Gardens is a way of life, and you know, it just feels great to be knowing that I can be a part of it probably to the end of my career.
Labor problems delayed the raising of the banner, but eventually up it went in a stirring ceremony. The defense of the cup would go inconsistently, but Mark Messier continued to be consistent in providing memories along the way.
Much pass Graves to Messier. He shoots. He scores! Mark Messier, number 500, and it's a hat trick. What a night for Mark Messier!
Congratulations, Mark, on behalf of my whole family. On a great effort throughout your whole career and on a great record.
Last season's highlight was another dream come true as Wayne Gretzky joined the Rangers, rejoining the man he had won 4 Stanley Cups with. It was a reunion tour that found its way to magazine covers everywhere. A spotty regular season was salvaged in the playoffs with Gretzky playing a leading role. The team reached the conference finals, and the two legends had helped create the magic again. But with Messier, there was worry.
I wish Mark was signed certainly before Christmas and was all taken care of, because I know how important he is to myself and to a lot of players. It's something I don't like to think about, because I'd like to think the Rangers would do the smart thing and the right thing and get him back here.
We now know these are the final pictures of Messier's bag packed with Ranger gear for when he walked out of the Core State Center in Philadelphia. A season ended and a battle began.
I just feel it's where I'm supposed to be, and feel so good about the whole situation that looking forward to, like I say, trying again next year.
But the negotiations weren't very active, and Messier was very public with his frustration.
There's no question, and I've said all along, the place I want to play and is with the Rangers, but it's got to be a two-way street. You know, I think they have to show a little bit of loyalty and everything back the same way as I think I've shown them. But, and you know, I'm a big boy too. If I'm out in their plans, all they need to do is phone me and let me know, and that's fine too. You know, we can certainly deal with that.
The Vancouver Canucks overwhelmed him with a $21 million deal that the Rangers didn't come close to matching.
I don't think he's disloyal for taking a deal that any human being would take that sets you up and your family up for the rest of your life. I think that Mark did what he felt was prudent for him and his family. Having said that, I don't think we were disloyal either in the way we approach. I think that we part as friends, we part as good partners in a great 6 years.
The first date everyone circled was October 11th, Rangers at Vancouver, and not surprisingly, Messier rose to the occasion. But his old friend Wayne Gretzky stole the show with a hat trick and 2 assists, creating a big Ranger win. Adding some spice to tonight's game is Mike Keenan, installed last week as Canucks coach, because the team was struggling mightily. So tonight up the ramp they come to the 5th floor of the Garden, where they shared one great achievement.
I'm sure I'll feel some of the emotion that Mark feels. Mark is a very emotional individual, and it's going to be a big night for him and a big night for the fans. I hope that they show their appreciations to him. He meant a lot to this franchise, and certainly a lot to the game of hockey, and of course to the city of New York, particularly when we did win the Cup in '94.
It's pretty special. You know, when I did it in Edmonton the first time, it's words can't really describe the kind of atmosphere and feeling that you have inside, and so many thoughts go through your mind, and so many good memories go through your mind, and you know, it's going to be an emotional time for him, and it'll be a night that, as I said, he won't forget. When you lift the Stanley Cup, it's a pretty emotional time, and it's a time you never forget each time you lift it. But I think that the night he's going to get tomorrow night will rank in his mind probably up there with that, and something that he'll look back at with just great fondness.
I feel good for him. You know, I want to see him have success, and I know he's appreciated here in New York and by the players that have played with him before, and certainly the fans. So, you know, I think he deserves certainly a positive response, and obviously I want to win the game too.
Mess will always hold a special place in everyone's thoughts and memories as far as playing with him, because he is and will always be the premier team player that I've ever played with. As I said before, as far as a player is concerned, he's a tremendous player and a tremendous guy, and he was always he's one of the biggest influences in my career, and I'm very thankful and fortunate to get the opportunity to play with him.
Well, I think the fans are going to probably cheer him every time he steps on the ice, every time he touches the puck, and hopefully we won't give him too much to cheer about other than that.
It's time for New York Rangers hockey, something special in New York. The New York Rangers and the Vancouver Canucks. But the Canucks bring you Mark Messier and Mike Keenan. Hello, everyone, and welcome to New York Rangers hockey. Sam Rosen along with John Davidson and Al Trautwig. And there's a very special feeling, almost a nervous type feeling, John, because it's the return of one of the greatest athletes to play in New York City, and certainly one of the greats of all time for the New York Rangers.
I certainly agree with you, Sam. It was very interesting warm-up. There was more people in the Garden than normal. This is about 35 minutes before game time, and a lot of them were down at the Vancouver end of the ice, and as soon as Mark came out, he got a standing ovation from those very loyal people. And that's the way it should be. You know, the business of hockey is business, and sometimes through business it makes people move. People don't like it. That's the way it is. But what you need to remember is what he did as a New York Ranger. And here you see Mark following Kirk McLean as he heads onto the ice for, I'm sure, what will be an ovation. It's a very difficult time, I think, for myself and maybe other people, because it's just different. However, remember what he did. He taught us a lot about adversity. He taught a lot of people here in the Garden how to win, and we should remember that.
The Rangers have hit the ice, and now here comes Mark Messier. Mike Keenan coming out the center runway, heading for the bench. You can hear the ovation rising. It's because it's been announced that there will be a special video for Mark Messier, and as the fans saw Mark on the ice when the lights went up, the cheers grew louder. There were a smattering of boos, but the cheers certainly overwhelming.
It's interesting, Sam. People do get upset when people leave, when somebody, you know, there's a loyal bond in New York between the fans and their athletes, but sometimes through the business of sports, it's a shame that sports is business at times, but he did leave. We have to remember the good things. Let's just remember, he played in 13 different playoff series for the Rangers. They won 9 of them. One of them was the Stanley Cup, and a lot of us enjoyed that run at that time. It's a special evening. It's a chance for the fans to remember, too.
John, you played in that game when Eddie Giacomin returned with the Red Wings. How tough was it for the Rangers to play that game that night?
That was difficult. I wasn't very good in goal that night. Eddie Giacomin was great. But the emotion of the fans in New York is what showed me what New York was about, Sam. I'd never experienced anything like that. Mark has as a winner here in New York, and he still is a winner, Sam. Through business, he's gone. Life moves on. But he was a great athlete and still is.
Let's go to center ice for the singing of our national anthem to John Amarante.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true North strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of free and the home of the
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your attention to Garden Vision for a special presentation.
Now and forever, you are a part of me. You are a part of me. And the memory cuts like a knife. Didn't we find the ecstasy? Didn't we share the daylight? When you walked into my life, now and forever, I'll remember all the promises still unbroken, and think about all the words between us that never needed to be spoken. We had a moment, just one moment, that will last beyond a dream, beyond a lifetime. We are the lucky ones. Some people never get to do all we got to do. Now and forever, I will always think of you.
A very special moment. Wow. This was while the video was being shown. Neil Smith and Dave Checketts, and I have to say, John, that's one of the classiest moves I've seen. This is not a night to honor Mark specifically. It's his return back, but that was a special moment. And a great move on the part of management here.
Sam, only at Madison Square Garden you see things like that. I think he's still emotional.
He wanted Don Kowarski to drop the puck and get it going.
There's a lot of us emotional, to be honest with you. Very, very classy on behalf of the Rangers for one of the greatest. And now it's game time.
Closed captioning provided by the New York Marriott Marquis, Broadway's biggest hit. And we are underway at the Garden. Messier with Mogilny and Noonan. The Rangers with their checking unit of Skrudland, Berg, Keane, Samuelsson and Karpovtsev on defense. Messier on the forecheck. Kovalov has just stepped on.
And you can see too that the Canucks have taken Pavel Bure off of the Messier line to play center ice on their second line. And it looks like the Rangers want to play Gretzky against Bure.
Kovalov checked by Bure. It's knocked aside. Kept in by Driver. Driver is paired with Brian Leetch on the fence. Here's Driver set up by Gretzky. Shot it wide.
And they were paired this morning in practice. And they did not show that pairing in warm-ups. But here they start the game together on the Gretzky line. There's a lot of offense here. Sundstrom, Kovalov, Gretzky, Driver, and Leetch. It's almost like a power play unit to go opposite the Pavel Bure line.
Lume centering it out. Leetch sends it back.
That pass clicks. It would have caught Vancouver's defenseman changing on the fly.
Canucks have lost only once in their last 5. 3-1-1. They're 2-1-1 since Mike Keenan took over. That's Brett Hedican, number 3, taking it deep. Getting it to Marcus Naslund. His pass was blocked.
Hedican is one of the best skating defensemen in the league. He's been getting a lot more ice time since Mike Keenan took over as coach. Remember one thing, too. They had tennis here all week, Sam.
Yep.
Brand new ice.
Right.
And it's something to be aware of if you're a player. Try not to be too cute with the puck when you know that the ice may not be as good as it normally is, knowing that it's brand new.
Kirk McLean out to stop the puck for Steve Staios. Dave Scatcherd, number 20, sending it in.
This pair of defensemen for the Rangers, Bookeboom and Cairns.
Twin Towers.
Ooh, baby.
That's an interesting pair. Puck moved out by Tim Sweeney. Rangers had LaFontaine, Graves, and Sweeney on. Karpovtsev going back for the puck. Canucks lost their last game Saturday night. This is the start of a 3-game road trip. Scatcherd takes a hard hit from Eric Cairns.
In Messier's next shift, he will have the youngster Corville on the wing. They started Noonan there just for the experience factor, plus he's an ex-Ranger. But I don't think he'll be with Messier on his next shift, Sam.
PJ Stock making his Madison Square Garden debut. Number 28 is on with Kevin Stevens and Johan Lindbaum. Richter stops the puck, gets a snow shower, and play stops with 16:57 to go in the first. There's no score. Messier back on the ice. Messier, Bure, and Mogilny. They are the offensive leaders. And Mogilny's return after he signed, John, has certainly helped spark the Canucks and get their offense going.
If he's in shape and in the right frame of mind, he's one of the top players in the entire world. That's how good Mogilny can be. Rangers go with that same checking unit, including Samuelsson and Karpovtsev against Mark's line. Remember, Sam, too, that line we just looked at, Bure, Mogilny, and Messier, not together. If the Canucks trail, I'll guarantee you they'll be back together.
Yeah. Trevor Linden is out with a pull. A bouncer that hit McLean, took a weird bounce, and fortunately went right into Kirk McLean. Kirk McLean has not had very good regular season success against the New York Rangers. Only one career win in regular season play.
Remember game 1 of the finals?
Yeah.
That was one of the more sensational games ever seen played as far as goaltenders go in this building. He's a real stand-up goaltender, is Kirk McLean. I mean, a real stand-up, maybe more than anybody in the game right now. Mike Richter's a stand-up goalie, but not as much as Kirk McLean. Look at those career numbers.
That's
my goodness.
hard to believe, isn't it?
It really is. Vancouver in the last 2 games were at home. They lost to Chicago, badly outshot in the last 2 periods. The previous game to that was against Phoenix at home, and badly outshot in that game. There's a shot that bounced, crazy bounce up off the shoulder of Kirk McLean. So the Vancouver Canucks have been getting their offense early, but in the last half of games, in their last 2, they've given up a lot of shots.
They were up 4-2 in the 3rd period against Chicago. Lost that game in overtime, 5-4. Mike Keenan said his players' confidence very fragile still, having come off that 10-game losing streak. There's a lead for Kovalov. Hedican goes over to check him. Kovalov cuts. Shoots. 6. Save made by McLean. The rebounds in the crowd.
The Rangers controlled the neutral zone as Bure had the puck. And he loves to carry it. Kovalov tried to cut him off. And then there was the turnover right after that. And the Rangers still go with Gretzky on Bure at center ice. And the Rangers getting some offense. Now you'll see the puck goes back. And there's the quick pass up ice. And you see the 3-on-3, so Kovalov tries to go to the middle and takes the shot, which was a great idea. 3-on-3, nobody open. Get to a better shooting angle if possible and shoot the puck. And that's on the very fast skating Hedican. And Kirk McLean with a nice save.
Off the face-off, a shot was blocked. Steve Staios, number 25. Moves it out of the zone. Staios played last season with Boston before coming to Vancouver. Donald Brashear, number 8, is on with Dave Scatchard.
Sam, when you look at this matchup,
sorry,
my apologies. When you look at this matchup, you have Sillinger with Brashear and Noonan. This is a line that the here we go.
Scatchard with a shot. He scores.
I was going to say this is a line that the Rangers should do well against. And as soon as that happens, Scatchard moves in, and it's 1-0 Vancouver. Controlled the puck near the blue line, moved in, didn't have much of a chance of doing much else, so he just shot the puck. And a LaFontaine line goes -1. The MCS Cannon goal cam, look at the goal as you see Vancouver playing with the puck in the neutral zone, sort of regrouping. There's a pass up the middle, and the Rangers here with Driver on the puck. He makes the bad pass, and Scatchard makes a shot that basically is a bad goal. A couple of bad plays here. Driver's pass didn't get out of the zone, and then the wrist shot from that far out very seldom beats Mike Richter. Very seldom, especially when it went through Mike in between his body and his arm. 1-0 Vancouver.
Back for the puck, Dana Merzen whips it around the board. So again, the Canucks get early offense, this time from the rookie Dave Scatchard.
That'll be an unassisted goal. His 4th of the season.
Yep. 6'3", 215. 21-year-old rookie Dave Scatchard.
From Hinton, Alberta. Famous for a pulp mill.
Yeah?
You know what a pulp mill does? Wake up in the morning, you get the smell of pulp mills.
Oh, okay.
I lived there for a few years. That's why I know it. My father was chief of police there.
Was that right?
Yeah.
In Hinton?
In Hinton, Alberta. Oh. So there we have the Rangers coming back with a little bit of pressure on the Messier line, but the Rangers, in all the pressure they've had, not getting any good shots. Kovalov's wrist shot's been the best that they've had so far. So Scatchard, who was injured in preseason, here's Driver's pass. It hit Brian Noonan, went right to Scatchard, and there's the shot that went through. So Noonan does get an assist on the play. You see the pass, then the wrist shot from the top of the circle. It just seemed to fool Mike Richter for some reason. You very seldom see Mike Richter get beaten with a wrist shot from the top of the circle.
Scatchard from Noonan at 4:42. Earlier you saw the MCS Cannon goal cam look. MCS Cannon keeping people in business, providing the goal cam look. Gretzky, Kovalov, and Sundstrom on. Whose puck Kovalov gets to it, moves out with it. Nice move on Hedican, and the puck was knocked off his stick.
One thing we can see right now in the first few minutes here is Alexei Kovalov is flying. And he was flying this morning at practice, too.
Gretzky checked by Bure. Gretzky has the puck. Kovalov set up. Try to get it to Sundstrom. There's a loose stick on the ice. Here's Leach. And that belongs to Olin. No, he's got it back. Sticked aside by Kirk McLean. And Bure's out with the puck. Broken up by Driver. Sundstrom tries to turn it the other way. His pass knocked down by Olin. Run in by Naslund. Drops it back to Bure. Offside. Vancouver on the play.
Jelena went offside on the far side. Jelena just coming back from a leg injury. Sometimes your timing isn't good. Your conditioning isn't where you want it to be. And you will go offside. Now watch Kovalov and his quickness here. Wow. One side to the other to evade Hedican again. He has seen Hedican quite a bit so far. Kovalov, the right winger on the line. Hedican, the left defenseman. And Hedican wants to stay with Kovalov in the zone. There's Gretzky putting the puck in front. May have gotten credit for a shot. Leach was a rover on the play. He went right to the front of the net. Here again, Gretzky just puts the puck in front. You can see Naslund does a nice job picking up Brian Leach. That line has looked good. Gretzky's line up front. They just haven't gotten the clean shot that they've been looking for.
B.J. Stockin is on with Berg and Lindbaum. Eric Cairns and Jeff Bukovu paired on defense. Grant Ledyard, number 4, moving with the puck, heading for the net. The pass intended for McAllister was broken up and cleared out.
Just a shift like that, Sam, a little pressure on the Rangers in their zone, and Stock, trying to learn the center ice position, stayed on his man nicely deep in his zone.
Lonnie Bajanos, number 17, with Mike Sillinger, number 26, and Chris McAllister, number 36. McAllister, normally a defenseman, has been moved up front with several injuries to the Canucks.
Stock's going right at McAllister.
Sillinger for Bajanos, kicks away. Nice save made by Richter.
A good positional save. That's a forced shot Vancouver's had. The Rangers have had 3.
Icing whistled against the Rangers. 12:50 to go in the first period. Rookie Dave Scatchard has scored to give the Canucks a 1-0 lead.
Right in his face.
McAllister 6'6", 235, and PJ Stock is 5'10", and 190. Messier behind the net, tied up by Skrudland. It was always a big matchup when Skrudland was with Florida. Loose puck. Kevin Stevens gets to it. He's taken down. Karpovtsev moves it to Samuelson. And the Rangers come out with it. Skrudland for Keane. Keane against Jyrki Lumme. Former teammates in Montreal. Puck moved up. Karpovtsev gives it off the boards to Keane. Stevens was tied up, and Merzen takes over. The Canucks were playing .500 hockey on October the 21st. Nice setup for Graves, and he shot it wide. And then they went on a 10-game losing streak. Sweeney was tied up with Merzen, who was holding his stick, I believe.
Sure was. Took away a shooting opportunity.
Don Koharski is the referee tonight. Leach in the corner, hit by his good buddy Brian Noonan.
One thing about Don Koharski, when he referees, we won't see video replays. He doesn't believe in them. He doesn't. I think he's gone upstairs 3 times all season.
Well, he's got the big cheeses here tonight. Brian Burke and Dave Nonis of the NHL.
They're big cheeses, but not the big cheese.
They're right below the big cheese. And you know Mr. Burke, he likes when he's referred to as the big cheese.
Le Grand Fromage.
Scatchard sends it in. Richter goes out to play the puck. Cairns had a hit on Scatchard.
Good neutral zone bump.
Kovalov.
Not seeing odd man rushes here. Vancouver's a quick club at times, and so far they haven't shown that speed. Only the 1 goal scored, and it was kind of a strange goal.
Anakin. The Canucks move down. Marcus Naslin's feed for Jalina. Blocked by Bukabu.
That's a great play because Bure was wide open on the far side.
Kovalov to Gretzky. Knocked away, and Gretzky recovers. Rangers have been unable to get anything going offensively thus far. Nice lead for Gretzky off his stick.
That's Karpovtsev on the pass. I also wouldn't do what Kirk McLean just did either with a brand new ice. Kirk McLean went on the near side of the net, just put his stick down, waiting for the puck to come down to his stick so he could play it where he wanted. And Kirk McLean's really good at handling the puck for a goaltender, really good. But if this puck hits a bump in the ice or a gouge in the ice, they could have deflected right inside. Well, Bure went down the left side of the ice. It'll be your right side looking at it now as Cairns is up ice. Now watch Bukaboom play the 2-on-1. Look how open Bure is. Bukaboom slides and blocks the pass beautifully. Nice play. Here's the pass to Gretzky. Beautiful pass, but doesn't quite work. Right off the stick plate. Now watch Kirk McLean. I don't know if we can see it. No, can't.
Sweeney, as we go back to the live action. McLean made a stick save. Graves fights off the stick check of Merzen. Now he's tied up by Lumme. Sweeney against Sillinger. McAllister bangs it off the boards out of the zone. Driver goes back to get it. Round to Leach. LaFontaine playing it off the end boards. Reverse to the giveaway. LaFontaine gets there. Sweeney in the corner. Shot by Driver. Stick save McLean. Kirk McLean looked sharp early in the game. Graves Try to work it to Sweeney. Got it back. Save McLean.
And there's the style of McLean. We just saw 2 shots where he stays on his feet. He's got great balance, excellent puck handling goaltender, and a real stand-up style. Very few goaltenders in the game anymore have the stand-up style that Kirk has. And generally, it takes a pretty good shot to beat him.
9:14 to go in this first period.
The Canucks are number 25 in goals against. Here's the driver's shot. See McLean just kick the puck out, recovers his balance quickly, and he'll stay up here for the next shot as the Rangers. Sweeney wins the puck with Graves in the corner. Nice little play. Boy, did Graves make a nice play to kick the puck off the skate blade to a stick blade to get the shot. Imagine the Canucks 3.47, number 25 in goals against.
Berg shot went wide. Skrudlandberg and Keane back on for the Rangers with Samuelson and Karpovtsev opposite Mark Messier.
Vancouver looking for defensemen, Sam. That's something you'll see them find as the season moves along. They don't feel that they get the puck to their forwards as quick as they want. So the staff is actively looking to try to improve their team by finding defense. Mike Keenan traded for Chelios when he was in Chicago. He had Brian Leetch here in New York. And they're looking hard to help their team in Vancouver.
The former Vancouver coach Rick Lee is a pro scout for the team. He's here tonight. Rangers changing.
So that would have been too many men. Gretzky came off the bench and didn't touch the puck. If he did, they would have been too many men because Skrudland is still on the ice. Both of them are centermen.
Noonan able to work it across to Brashear. In the middle is Scatchard. Taken down by Cairns. Richter whips it around the boards for Gretzky. Kukoboom. Toward the net. Knocked down by Ledyard. Played by Sundstrom. Sundstrom looking. Try to hit Gretzky, who was cut into the net. Now it's Staios. Up the boards for Brian Noonan. Brian Noonan has played for the same coach with 4 different teams. It's hard to believe.
Oh, man.
Strange but true.
He's a trusting player on the ice. Coaches put Noonan on the ice. Very trusting. Here we have a 2-line pass. Fans thinking there's a penalty drawn by LaFontaine. It's not. It's just a 2-line pass. And Cairns wants a piece of Brashear for bumping LaFontaine.
Stay tuned.
A little passion. It's okay. Cairns went to Merzen, and then Brashear stepped in. How about Patty LaFontaine Friday? He gets to go through all this emotional stuff as he goes back to Buffalo for the first time.
They're preparing for that one. Jelena with a feed to Bure, cutting in, no shot. Good play by LaFontaine. Puck knocked down by Leach. Jelena moved it, and the Rangers cleared it out. 7:10 to go in the first. Canucks with a 1-0 lead. And a goal by Dave Scatchard. Off the boards, Tim Sweeney. Graves moving in with LaFontaine. Pat LaFontaine with a 5-game point scoring streak. Wraparound try by Graves was blocked. LaFontaine has scored 13 points in his last 5 games. He is up among the league leaders in points scored.
4 goals, 9 assists. Been in on 13 the last 17 Ranger goals. Right. Remarkable stretch. Just a remarkable stretch. And Rangers very, very happy with his play.
Lume taken out. Good play by Stevens.
And he's got mixed feelings, Sam, thinking about going back to Buffalo on Friday. Very, very emotional.
Messier with a lead. McAllister had it knocked away.
This unit of 5 so far has played the Messier line very well here in the first 14 minutes of this first period.
Mark had a 10-game point scoring streak stopped in his last game. He's gotten to 17 points this season. 7 goals, 10 assists. Lume. Now Stevens. Was it not had a point in his last 6 games? That ties the longest stretch of his career. Rangers getting the first power play of the game.
McAllister, the converted defenseman, was back and checking with his opposite player in his own zone, and away from the puck he hauled down. I believe it was Skrudland. It's a hooking call, and the Rangers red-hot power play, 7 for 16 on the 4-game road trip. Get to go to work. Over there is where you're going to see the penalty occur. Stick between the legs stayed with him, and McAllister in the box. The Rangers power play on the road was hot. 7 for 16 over 4 games, and they're now number 10 in the league. And it wasn't 2 weeks ago, they were 25th.
That's right. It's quite a turnaround.
Here's the goaltender's point of view. You can see the penalty up to the left side, or from behind the goaltender. Sam, Kovalov on the point has really helped the Rangers power play. He's been very interesting to watch. And he just loves it. Just absolutely loves being back there. He makes good plays.
Rangers have scored power play goals in each of their last 5 games.
Dangerous penalty killing team. 5 shorthanded goals for Vancouver. You've got Messier, Bore on the ice. Dallas has 6 to lead the league, but these guys go for it.
Gretzky, Sundstrom, Stevens, Leach, and Kovalov for the power play. Messier and Bore with Hedican and Olin. Matthias Olin, number 2, a rookie from Sweden. Gretzky. Kovalov turns, shot deflected by Messier into the crowd.
The Rangers, their power play unit, it's been the LaFontaine unit that's been the hottest. Now with Vancouver changing and Bure and Messier going off, well, Coley Campbell, who just stood on the bench to see who's come on the ice. Now you'll see the change by the Rangers. Here's Messier with a little slap on the arm against Gretzky, which you're supposed to do when you kill penalties. So the Rangers changed, Sam, after the Vancouver took the Messier-Bure unit off the ice. There's the quickness of Messier getting across, blocking the shot. So now LaFontaine, Graves, and Sweeney on the ice with Kovalov and Leach. And lately they've been the hottest power play unit for the Rangers. But how about that? The Canucks use Bure and Messier. And now they got McGillney out there.
With Sillinger. Sillinger's got good speed too.
Yes, he does.
Dangerous. Kovalov forced back by Sillinger.
So if you're one of the top players in Vancouver, you play, and you play a lot.
Kovalov brings it in. Double team. Loose puck missed by Merson. And Sweeney missed it, and Sillinger was able to clear it. 50 seconds to go in the power play.
Did you get a feeling here, 16 minutes in, that some of the players are just a little uptight with this game?
Yeah.
Because the passes aren't crisp. Both teams. You know, the guys are going to get the puck with their sticks. Like Gretzky missed a breakaway. You wouldn't think he'd ever be nervous, but he mishandled the pass from Karpatsev as the puck spun off his blade. We're just seeing the players just at least they seem just a little bit uptight.
LaFontaine moves in. Around the boards, Gretzky is back. Gretzky, Graves, LaFontaine. Karpatsev is on with Leach. Karpatsev moving. Feeds Gretzky. He's got room. Down low for LaFontaine. Good play by McLean to block it, and it's cleared out. 10 seconds to go in the power play. Just under 4 minutes to go in the first. Rangers trailing 1-0. Canucks have had only 4 shots on goal in this period. Power play is over. Teams are at full strength. Sundstrom plays it into the Vancouver zone.
Vancouver has the goal by Scatcherd. One other decent shot. That was the wrist shot by Bajonos that Mike Richter made a nice kick save on.
Bure across. McAllister goes to the net. Hedican had it knocked away by Skrudland.
And Sam, not many of the Rangers' 7 shots have been good ones. Certainly no outman rushes.
And no rebound shots.
No.
Karpatsev was tied up. The puck played at the far side. Brashear is there. Messier behind the net. Messier now with Bure and Brashear. Shot by Bure. Save. Messier holding. Looking. Pass blocked. Pass again. Bure has it. Sundstrom looking at Bure. The shot was blocked. Sundstrom finds the puck. Clears it out of the zone.
You see, McGillney had just finished killing the penalty, so he was tired. So Bure, who had killed with Messier, they stay on the line together for this shift and actually did okay.
Keane. Nice move. Save by McLean. Great move by Mike Keane.
That was on Staios, the defenseman, and Kirk McLean stood his ground again. Nice move.
That drew cheers from the crowd. Merson back for it. Graves blocked it. Brashear picks it up. Across to Jyrki Lumme with 2.5 minutes to go in the first period. Noonan. Bukaboom with the hit. Bukaboom bounced off and went down. McAllister turns, fans on the pass. It's knocked away by Cairns. Kept in by Merson. Long shot off the end board. Played by Dave Scatcherd. Bukaboom wraps him up. Noonan looking for the puck. Checked by LaFontaine. Play by LaFontaine, and Graves comes away with the puck. Fights off the stick check of McAllister. McLean moves it aside and out to center to Brian Noonan. Picked up by Merson. He's blocked by Johan Lindbaum. Martin Jelena
gives it up. Canucks keep it in. Jelena in the corner. Jelena just his second game back from a knee injury. Keeps it alive. Good work by Jelena along the boards. Here's Olin faking on Graves. What a play by Graves to take it away. Looking for Lindbaum. The race is on, but McLean is out there to play it away.
Great play by Graves, and it was amazing. He looked like a goaltender on his knees getting back up in one move. A brilliant play just to get back up on his skates to make the pass, which didn't click. The rookie defenseman. Great play by Graves. My goodness. It's also a pretty good move by Keane, wasn't it?
Yeah. Very nifty, to say the least.
Ledger not getting as much ice time under Keenan as he did earlier in the season.
Puck taken away by McGillney in front. Lume!
Oh, baby.
Richter got a piece. Lume with a good chance.
Last minute of the period, Mike Richter makes his best save.
50 seconds to go. It was a good hit by Brashear along the boards. Here's a chance for Merzen. His shot deflects across. Brashear chases it down. Pass blocked by Karpovtsev. McGillney with a nice move. Brashear's pass goes through. And now Stevens able to take over and clear the zone. Karpovtsev. For Skrudland. And deep into the Vancouver zone with 22 seconds to go in the period. Coming up, Sal will be with Rangers assistant coach Dick Todd. Al will be with Rangers captain Brian Leetch. Go to Bob Page at the MSG Sports Desk for an update, and JD and I will look at highlights. Hope you'll stay with us for the Bob Stores Intermission Report.
Brian's still playing with that fractured finger. Sammy has an injection before the game. It lasts 4 hours. Still very painful. The doctors go in there and shove a needle right inside the finger and freeze the nerve. It lasts 4 hours at a crack. And it's not a crack. It's a fracture that he has. Boy, he's shown a lot of intestinal fortitude to play through it.
The first period of the Messier return is over, and it was a solid period for the Vancouver Canucks. It's the kind of period they'd like to play on the road.
You know, the Rangers had 8 shots, but not really what you call clean, great, pure shots. The best shot of the period may have been right here by Lume. And oh man, did Richter make a play on that? Seemed to go off his arm and never ever went over the goal line. Here's the shot, went off of Mike's right side, and the puck took a weird. See that thing hit the ice and spin away from the net?
Yeah.
Oh,
fortunately.
Boy, good save by Mike Richter there.
Downstairs, where Sal Messina standing by with assistant coach Dick Todd. Sal.
Yeah, thanks, Sam. Dick, about the play on your end, a little raggedy that period?
Well, at different times we had a few breakdowns. There's a lot of nervous play, it seems like, in both ends, and the puck did a lot of bouncing that period. I don't know whether it's the ice or just the way the puck was being shot around.
Okay, thank you, Dick. Sam, back to you.
Thanks, Sal. Coming up, Al with the captain, Brian Leetch. Don't go away. We are back. Look at the first period scoring summary brought to you by Hertz. For business, for pleasure. Nobody does it exactly like Hertz. Dave Scatcher, the rookie from Hinton, Alberta, with his 4th from Noonan at 4:42. Rangers 8 shots, Canucks 6. Only power play of the first period belonged to the Rangers. They were 0 for 1 with 1 shot on goal. Defensive zone turnovers. That's a big number for the Rangers. 5, only 1 for the Canucks. Second period, the Messier-Skrudland matchup once again. Messier, McAllister on the left, and McGillney on the right, with Merzen and Lume for Vancouver.
2-line pass. Ooh, a hit by Karpovtsev. Maybe the Rangers need to get a little more hitting going to get their game on track. A little more passion, kind of a. And I agree with Dick Todd. We kind of mentioned it earlier. There's a little bit of nervousness out there on both ends of the ice, both teams. Here's the hit just after the whistle sounded. Good hit, big Karpovtsev on big McAllister. And you can't trust the ice when it's brand new. The people here work there. They work hard to try and get the ice as good as it possibly can be. But with the tennis here all week, this had to be brand new ice. And sometimes it's just not as good as it could be down the road.
And Brian Leetch's comments were on target too, where he talked about you know, having to watch that video, and then you've got to go out and get ready for the game. It was a difficult transition to make. A lot of emotions. Now they're settling in. Icing is whistled against the Rangers. They'll bring it down. We're in the opening minute of the second period. It's time for our Coke Classic. And this is a classic, John. You're going to love this. The American Museum of Natural History
has a showcase of diamonds. I mean, that is the original Richard Burton engagement ring to Liz Taylor. I mean, there are some fabulous items there, and one of them is there as well, and that is Mark Messier's Stanley Cup ring on display at the American Museum of Natural History. How about that?
Those are the good memories, aren't they?
That's beautiful.
For the Rangers and their fans, great memories.
Mark loaned that to the museum, and that'll be on display for a couple of months, I believe, right through April 26th. I'd like to have a few pieces of those diamonds, John. Know anybody at the museum?
No, I certainly don't. I have enough museum problems of my own, Sam, when you think about diamonds. You know, I tell you what, that's the whole factor here that we have to talk about is what the Rangers did when Mark was their captain. A great cast of players, coaching staff, front office management led by Neil Smith. They won a championship.
Richter makes a save on Hennigan.
Those are good memories as far as I'm concerned.
Messier behind the net. And the puck is on the back of the net, and they'll bring it outside for face-off. Messier questions the call of Don
He's
Harden.
not happy there. He wants something else called, and he's always been able to work referees strongly. Talking to Coley Campbell the other day, we were talking about Mark and his game and getting a lot of ice time with Vancouver. One thing that very few people talk about is the passing skills of Mark Messier. If you give him time anywhere down low in your zone, he's a deadly accurate passer. Very seldom his passes not work. There's something to be aware of. So you just can't give Mark a lot of time.
Matthias Olin plays it up the near side. Jellin able to clear the zone. This is Marcus Naslund. Former Pittsburgh Penguin shoots. Richter was bumped.
Borre was in front with Driver, and Richter lost his balance. I think he made contact with someone.
Jellin against Leach. The back pass comes out of the zone. For Naslund. Borre across. Picked up by Kovalov. Racing in his Hennigan around the net. Pass in front off a stick. Driver without a stick. His stick was broken. He was able to push it out. Here the Rangers 3-on-1. Kovalov shot it wide.
What a great play by Driver to move the puck up ice after Hennigan showed his speed. And a Rangers Sundstrom slow getting up.
There's Kovalov taking it off the boards, bringing it across with Gretzky. Kovalov to Gretzky. Gretzky against Borre. Now Graves. He's hit by Ledyard. Puts it out in front. McLean reaches out, stops play.
Sam Hennigan moved in with blazing speed into the Rangers zone. And in doing so, got Richter to one side of the net, then went around the backside. That's when Driver, not long after that, without a stick, made a play up ice with his hands on the puck, and the Rangers had a 3-on-1, and Kovalov missed the net. Borre here fires the puck across, but Hennigan now jumps into it. That's both defensemen there. Hennigan goes around. Now Driver breaks his stick on the near side. Watch this play with his hands. Really smart. Sundstrom headmans the puck. Gretzky's there, as is Leach. Kovalov had the top corner and missed it. Just missed. You can certainly tell by the fan reaction behind him. McLean.
Good win on the draw, but Bukaboom pulled the puck out of the zone. The Rangers are offside. And we haven't. Let's take a look at Nicholas Sundstrom.
Yeah, he was slow getting up and then went to the Rangers bench for a change. And there you can see, oh, baby, he was lucky. He caught an edge there, and his legs spread out like a giraffe going down for water. He kept his balance, hit the boards hard, and then made some contact, pardon me, with the Vancouver defenseman. Now he hustles to be on side before he got to the bench. Seems to be okay.
LaFontaine wins another face-off. Rangers have LaFontaine with Stock and Graves now. Graves bumped by Staios. Penalty call. Could be an interference on Steve Staios, I believe.
Yes.
Yep. Staios upset, but the Rangers get the second power play of the game.
Adam Graves draws the power play for the Rangers. A different line they had on the ice.
Yeah, Stock was playing the right side.
In place of Sweeney on that line. Sweeney now comes on the ice for the power play. As you can see the interference. So look at Stock forcing the play behind the net, and Staios, pardon me, picking off Adam Graves. So the Rangers go on their power play. Their second. They were only the one shot on goal. That was by LaFontaine on their first power play.
Mike Keenan looks on. His 5th game as head coach of the Vancouver Canucks.
Says their team does not have command of their defensive system yet, and they don't have a killer instinct when they get the lead in games.
Messier couldn't clear. Leach moves with a puck. Leach and Kovalov. With LaFontaine, Graves, and Sweeney for the power play. Messier, Bure, Oland, and Hedican for Vancouver. Shot went wide and is cleared by Bure.
That's where the Rangers have had success in their power play in the last 10 days or so. Right where LaFontaine was lined up to the right side of the other team's goalie on the hash marks. Then he has many different options with the puck, and it has worked brilliantly for them.
Leach almost lost control. Now Sweeney brings it across. Kovalov against Oland. LaFontaine holding. Oland takes over. Fires it around the boards.
220 pounds of rookie is Oland.
Mike Keenan says this guy's got tremendous upside. Could be a terrific player. Gretzky. LaFontaine. Leach steps into it. Wide. Lume's got the puck. Checked by Graves. LaFontaine stopped and cleared by Merzen. McGillney and Sillinger on with Merzen and Lume for Vancouver. Gretzky, Stevens, and LaFontaine with Kovalov and Leach.
LaFontaine's been out there a long time.
Kovalov able to stop it, keep it in the zone. But then it's cleared to center, and Leach with a good effort to knock it down. Stevens across. LaFontaine checked by McGillney, the former teammates in Buffalo. Leach, nice move. Stick save, I believe. Off the stick of McLean, passed by Gretzky, is tipped away by Lume. Gretzky. Couldn't get in the zone. Merzen did a good job on Gretzky along the blue line. McGillney sends it down. And the Rangers' power play is just about done. 5 seconds to go in the Staios penalty.
It's the one shot by Brian Leach. Sam, you called it when he hit the stick side of the goaltender.
Gretzky plays it in. Teams are back at full strength. Rangers 0 for 2 on the power play. 5 minutes gone by in the second. Rangers trail the Canucks 1-0. First period goal by Dave Scatchard. There's Pavel Bure leaving it for Brett Hedican. Back to Bure. Bure with speed. He shoots. Glove save by Richter. Oh, man. Penalty on the Rangers.
As the puck went over the blue line just before the shot by Bure, Skrudland gets called for tripping.
Tripping at 5:18. First power play for the Canucks in the game.
The New York Marriott Marquis, look at it. The shot by Bure. Boy, that was a good one at the time of the foul for the penalty. You also see here the trip by Skrudland on Naslund just as the shot was taken. Good save by Mike Richter.
The New York Marriott Marquis, Broadway's biggest hit. Puck deflected up into the crowd. Skrudland in the box, the first Rangers penalty of the game.
The Rangers were on the power play here. Gretzky tried to join or at least move the puck into the zone. You can see Dana Merzen trying to make sure that he stayed right up on Gretzky, not backing up into the zone when the Rangers were on the power play. So the Canucks kill it off, only give the Rangers one shot and have their power play themselves to work with.
And how about the front line here of Messier, McGillney, and Bure with Lume and Bahanos. 4 forwards, and Lume, the lone defenseman, on the power play.
Generally, when you see a forward play the point in the power play, that means that team's looking for somebody that can be a quarterback type player for their power play.
Sundstrom and Berg, Leach and Bukaboom, the penalty killers. Bure with speed gains the zone. Sets up Bahanos, gets it back. Messier to Bahanos. Good play by Berg. Bahanos to Lume with room. Drives it. Save made. The rebound. Save by Richter. Messier's got the puck. Rather, it's McGillney with the puck. Bahanos knocked down by Sundstrom. Can't clear. Bahanos with a good stop. Lume with room to shoot. Tip just wide. McGillney got the stick on it. Messier ties up Berg. Bukaboom fires it down.
Two good plays by Bajanos to keep the puck in at the blue line, and Mike Richter made a rebound save that was really, really good as he went on his side, stacked his goal pads. Great save.
Sillinger has come on for Vancouver. A takeaway by Graves. Graves, Keane, Samuelson, and Karpovtsev on. Mogilny with Jelena. Stopped by Karpovtsev. Graves able to clear. Matthias Ohlund back for the puck. Ohlund and Hedican on with Sillinger, Jelena, and Mogilny. Samuelson took a hit from Sillinger but cleared the puck. 20 seconds to go on the power play for the Canucks. Vancouver leading 1-0. Just under 13 minutes to go in the second. Ohlund, nice rush. Comes back to Hedican. The shot is blocked. Kept in by Ohlund for Sillinger. Now Jelena plays it. Samuelson checks in. Marcus Naslund. Jelena's pass. Tipped save made by Richter.
Mike Richter sharp. He robbed Bore on that play. That's twice he's gotten Bore. He always gets Bore.
Karpovtsev with a hit. Fans roar as Sundstrom is pulled down. Nothing called. And Brett Hedican has the puck. Naslund across. Finds Jelena for the shot. Stick saved by Richter. Lume moving in. Lume tries to get it out in front. He's blocked. Lindbaum holding up Lume, and then the pressure from the side.
Tricky play from behind the net. Mike Richter had to really concentrate on Naslund.
Mark Messier. Let's check out this play.
You see he's on the side beside Brian Leach, and there he had the rebound shot. Nice save by Mike Richter. Here's a shot that's deflected off one of the Rangers. Jeff Bukaboom back towards the net, just off the outside of the goal post. Now watch here and oh, that's the save that he made on Bore from the slot. That was a terrific save by Richter again, who's had some work here. He's had, I think it's 8 shots in the period already.
Lume fires wide.
That 7 shot. They have a 7-0. I thought the Rangers had one on the power play by Leach, but they took it away off the board. So it reads 7-0 in favor of Vancouver here in the second period, over 8 minutes.
Leach against Skatcher. Now he's against Noonan. Skatcher goes against Driver, who deflected. Brashear and Driver. Good play by Driver. Leach moves the puck to Kovalov. The Rangers able to clear the zone. Gretzky's got it against Lume. Pulls it back out of the zone. Kovalov had to wait for Stevens to get onside. Kovalov stopped at the line by Merzen. Rangers have been unable to sustain any offense thus far in the game. Stevens against Brashear. Lume's got the puck. Karpovtsev gets there. No, didn't keep it in. Just outside the zone, offside Rangers. Pat LaFontaine, before he goes to Buffalo, Johnny's got to go out to the island.
Yeah,
so memories
right.
on the island tomorrow and then in Buffalo on Friday.
That'll be a tough game, I would think, for the Rangers, knowing that it's back-to-back. It's on the road, even though it's not a long trip. And you wonder about the emotions of this game, whether or not they'd be able to get up for that one. However, they've got to find more passion in their play right here for the rest of this one before they go across to play the Islanders. Islanders trying to get back on track themselves.
One game under 500 at 9-10-4. But did not have a good game in Buffalo on Saturday.
After a one-sided game, as there's an offside here called out. A one-sided game in New Jersey.
Yeah.
After a big win in Detroit.
10:46 remaining here in the second period. Rangers still officially without a shot on goal.
But Oleg Tverdovsky, the holdout in Phoenix, fine offensive player. He signed to play in the American League.
The American with Hamilton, huh?
Yeah, the Edmonton Oilers farm team. The Edmonton Oilers, I'm sure Glenn Sather had to have that cleared with the Phoenix Coyotes. So he's going to play in the American League. He signed a 25-game tryout, which is different. And I'm just glad he's going to be playing.
Hopefully he'll get his contract resolved and be back in the league in the NHL. Rangers controlling. Berg moving the puck, knocked down by Lume. Good check by Skrudland. And whistle for a Haddon pass. It stops play. Well, right through the holiday season is A Christmas Carol at the theater in Madison Square Garden, and a special $25 family ticket offer. Limited number of good seats available for every performance. 8-ticket limit, not valid with any other discounts. Offer expires November 30th. Call Ticketmaster 212-307-7171. A Christmas Carol at the theater at Madison Square Garden. Mike Keane with a long shot. Lume wrapped up by Skrudland. Keane moves in looking for the puck.
Mike Keenan playing different left wingers with Messier and Mogilny. Big kid McAllister there now.
Lume against Berg. Mogilny saved by Richter on a tough low shot. McAllister to the rebound, and Richter may have gotten a piece of that.
Yes, he did, Sam. He certainly did.
Sprawled to make that stop.
Vancouver's gotten more loose pucks than the Rangers have here in the second period. Here forcing an icing, and this Vancouver team has been very diligent in their defensive play, which has led them to some offense. Good low shot from the point. You'll see the puck move back by Lume, who was a defenseman in deep, and there's the man covering up for Lume. That's Mogilny, and there's the deflection by Messier. And here comes McAllister, and I think Richter sprawled to get a piece of that one. Look at that deflection. Oh, almost through the wickets of Richter. He made a great save. But look at this second one. Another great save as McAllister really battled to get the rebound shot. The deflection, and McAllister really battles to get loose from Karpovtsev and gets the shot. Richter the save. See, Lume the defenseman in deep. A winger's got to cover for him, and Mogilny did exactly that.
Bure turns. The shot was blocked. Rangers need a spark here.
Yeah, first game home from a trip, and they got the blogs is what's happening here, and they have not elevated their game, and Vancouver's getting better as we move along.
Bure against Leach.
Penalty. Driver's going to go over, pulling down Jelena. So Vancouver's got everything going that they want. It's a cross-checking call on Bruce Driver. He was back-checking with Jelena, who's very fast, knocked him down in front of the net near Mike Richter, a long way away from the puck. So Vancouver gets their second power play. The first one was pretty good, but they didn't score. That's a big penalty kill, I think, and Mike Richter's been the Rangers' best player. So Rangers have been outshot 16-9, and here in the second period, Vancouver's had some good scoring chances. There you can see Bruce Driver knocking his man down, even though the puck was at the top of the circle.
Driver turns. Oh, he didn't like that. Cross-checking at 10:40. Second power play, Vancouver 0 for 1 with 2 shots. And the line of Messier, Mogilny, and Bure step out. Colin Campbell has coached against Mike Keenan twice here. And Keenan's visits back, and Mike is 0-1-1 against his former assistant coach.
He completely changed his defense pair here as far as their positional play went for the face-off.
Lume, Bajanos playing the point. Lume moving to the net. Great move, but he couldn't get a good shot off.
Lume's played pretty well. He's a player that's got to step up his game for Vancouver to make a run at making the playoffs. And if he plays like he has here, you know, that'll help their club.
Fired in by Bajanos. Messier was tied up by Leach, and the Rangers able to clear. Keane and Skrudland go off, as do Messier, as do Leach and Bukaboom. Rangers have Sundstrom and Berg with Samuelsson and Karpovtsev. Messier's pass, good play by Sundstrom. Berg's got the puck. Sundstrom moves in on Bajanos. Messier with the intercept. Here comes Mogilny. Leads Bajanos in. Richter steps out. Sundstrom blocked by Messier. Lume just on the ice. Now Bajanos. Lume's been on since the start of the power play. A little over a minute gone by in the power play. Messier. Now Lume shoots. Stick save by Richter.
Just the outside of the goal net. Yeah, you could hear that. Wasn't the ping he said, more of a bang, but he definitely hit the outside of the goalpost.
A little dull, huh? Duller than the ping. Lume. Now Sillinger's backhander was blocked by Karpovtsev, who rides him into the boards. Messier, rather Bure was hit by Samuelsson. They stare at each other.
The referee quickly blew the whistle when he saw that something might erupt on the corner. 27 seconds to go on the Driver penalty.
Remember, when you're having good times with good friends, drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. Reminder from your friends at Budweiser. Well, what do you make of this change with Mike Keenan? What do you think the change will be for Vancouver? What do you say?
I think when they lost Tom Rennie, who was their coach, who I think will be an NHL coach again, he lacked experience, is what Tom Rennie lacked, even though he coached the Canadian national team in the Olympics. And he's an extremely solid hockey mind. I think Mike Keenan is better at running a bench during a game. Really knows how to deal with your personnel. He'll cut down his players in the first 3 or 4 minutes if they're not playing well. Good shot again from Rick Point by Owen.
Made the save.
Yeah. So I think instead of Mark Messier having the entire pressure of Vancouver and the Canucks on him, period, now it's divided somewhat with Mike there and Mark there. So they both can share the load regarding pressure, which is easier for Mark, of course.
And before it's all done, you would expect that Mike will make a couple of personnel moves.
It'll be a 3-year plan. Driver on the Rangers, led by Mike Richter's goaltending, kill it off. A big kill for them as Vancouver's carried the play. I think, Sam, with Vancouver, their first need is a defenseman. They just have to have a quarterback of some sort to help them become better.
Hedeken gets away from Gretzky. Hedeken can fly. Good speed through the neutral zone. Hedeken against Samuelson. Puts it in front. Good effort by Karpovtsev.
He skates like Paul Coffey. Hedeken is just a great skater. He really and truly is.
Gretzky with Samuelson left, Kovalov right. 3-on-3 across. Gretzky dumps the puck deep. McLean out to stop it and play it off the glass.
Rangers have had one odd man rush, and that was when Kovalov missed the net.
Rangers have had one shot on goal in 13.5 minutes here in the second period. 1-0 Vancouver leading it. Early first period goal by Dave Scatchard. Gretzky with Sundstrom and Kovalov. Here's Sundstrom blocked by Ledger. Gretzky's pass was blocked.
That was an odd man rush, no shot.
Off the skate, Scatchard picks it up, leaves it for Noonan. Noonan across with a lead to Donald Brashear. Kovalov coming back to deflect that pass. Richter plays it around the boards. Brashear is there, hit by Cairns. Scatchard taken down, working against Gretzky. Graves. Lume takes it away. Karpovtsev comes back, fires around and out of the zone. Kovalov rink wide, tipped away by Noonan. Ryan Noonan, who played for Mike Keenan in Chicago, New York, St. Louis, and now Vancouver. Cairns with a hit. Now Graves out with the puck behind the play. Cairns and Brashear did some pushing and shoving. Rangers move in, intercepted by Messier.
On the back check, Rangers should go forward to the puck. Their odd man rushes, it's slow developing. They should go to the net with the puck, find rebounds, maybe screens, etc.
LaFontaine against Merzen. Around the net, try to put it in front. It's taken away by Brashear. He's out with Messier and McGillney. Messier, Brashear to the net. The pass blocked by Bukaboom.
It was a big hit by Cairns on McGillney. That's why Brashear was going after Cairns.
And we're going at it now. P.J. Stock and Donald Brashear. Play continues. They're still going at it. And now the whistle stops playing. Here we go. Well, settle down to hurry.
The linesman jumped in.
Good work by the officials. Things settle down. 4:50 to go in the second. 1-0 Vancouver.
McGillney, you'll see Brashear move right across, knowing that that's his job and that's his teammate. He goes and bumps Cairns. They had a scrap in Vancouver earlier in the season. And then on the left side, you see Leach staying with Brashear. Messier has Bukaboom on him, and there's Stock moving across. Brashear no helmet. When Stock came up to the Rangers, I was asking what kind of game he played. And a lot of people said, remember George McPhee?
Yeah.
George McPhee was tough for us.
Yes,
I mean, I'll never forget the scrap he had with Dave Brown at center ice in Philadelphia.
2 minutes each. The teams are skating 4 aside.
P.J. Stock's going to do that in this league. There's some big boys, and he's not as tall as a lot of them.
Bure moving with the puck. Leach and Driver. Graves and LaFontaine for the Rangers. Oland and Hedeken. Naslund and Bure. John, there's a lot of good skaters out on the ice right now.
4-on-4. You'd love to see it.
Here comes Leach. Naslund hooking at him. Takes him down.
Naslin's played a hard defensive game as the shot by Graves goes right into Kirk McLean. Naslund has been back-checking more than I've seen him normally in a game. Rides him right down to the ice. Rangers may have wanted a penalty on the play. Didn't happen, and Graves got the shot. Now we've got some speed again on the ice. Messier and Mogilny.
Lume
Fontaine.
Merzen.
Ooh, baby.
Fontaine and Graves have stayed on with Leach and Karpovtsev. Leach has the puck. McGillney forechecking. There's Karpovtsev. Graves. Across. Graves shoots and it's blocked. Fontaine looking for it, but we head the other way. Lume has Messier. Messier breaks to the net. Scores!
On the line change. Rangers got caught.
Mark Messier!
Sam, what a reaction here in the building.
Yep, they're standing for him.
And it's getting a little bit louder and a lot of people standing.
There are some boos.
Yeah, the Royal Ranger fans.
Yeah.
Rangers got caught changing the left defense. It was a great pass, and as Messier moved in, he didn't pump the right leg and take that patented shot. He put it right through the legs of Mike Richter, and the bench in Vancouver erupts. Look at this pass by Lume, who's had a heck of a game. Perfect. Now look at Messier move in. He just snapped it quick right through the legs of Richter. You can see Messier look to his left side, knowing he had to do something quickly. He was looking to his left, and he senses that somebody's coming across. He took a rolling puck and put it through the legs of Mike Richter. That's a heck of a shot when the puck was rolling on the play.
Mark Messier, here's some more cheers as he scores against his former team. His 8th goal of the season. The Canucks now have a 2-0 lead. Richter moves it to Sundstrom. So the Rangers, in that dreaded first game back from the long road trip, have not been able to get their game going whatsoever. Rangers have only 10 shots on goal. The Canucks now have a 2-0 lead. Messier from Lume and Mogilny at 16:22. And Mogilny, since coming back after finally signing a new contract, Bashir and Jelena got tangled up here. The Canucks move into the net, and it goes wide.
Well, his defenseman jumping into the play a lot for Vancouver. That was Oland up on the play. We've seen Lume up on the play a lot.
Bourre's got the puck. Controlling. Taken away by Stock. He goes down. Penalty call.
He threw that one. That was a good read. Bourre overhandled the puck, made a play at the Ranger blue line, and Stock read the play. And then as he ran into Staios, he went down knowing he could draw a penalty, and the Rangers need this.
Yeah.
They're being outshot 2-1, 20-10, and they're down 2-0. There you can see Stock. Now watch Stock run into the man and go right on down. Good draw of the power play by Stock. Good read here on Bourre, taking away the middle of the ice. And boy, P.J. Stock really makes a nice play. Here's the play where the Rangers moved into the zone. Now look over on the right side. You can see the bench changing and how quick the puck went up to Messier. 4-on-4. The puck was rolling. He was being cut off by Karpovtsev, and the puck went right through the legs of Mike Richter.
Downstairs between the benches where Al Trautwig is standing by. Al.
Sam, I'm sensing a real warmth between Mike Keenan and Mark Messier. During that emotional tape before the game, Keenan gave him a really warm smile, understanding the emotions of the night. And I've never seen Mike Keenan hug a player on the bench, but without saying a word, he came up behind Mark Messier after the goal and wrapped his arms around his chest without really saying anything. So they're on the same emotional page here tonight, no doubt about it.
Is this a kinder, gentler Mike Keenan? Mike's going to get married a day earlier than he originally planned. He's getting married December 26th. Originally supposed to be the 27th, but that now is a game day for the Canucks, so they moved it up to the 26th.
And Nola's a good lady, Sam.
Wish them the best of luck. Here's Leach moving in. Third power play for the Rangers. Leach is deep. Graves, LaFontaine. Keane is on with Kovalov at the point. Keane to the puck, and he's hit.
This is one of those plays. Just under 2 minutes to go in the second. The Rangers need a power play.
There goes Messier to the puck. Leach is back. Messier shoots. Saved by Richter.
And Bourre was pulled down on the play.
Messier and Bourre with Hedekin And Lume, the penalty killers, keen to Leach toward the net wide. Graves was looking for a deflection. Kovalov's got the puck. Intercepted by Lume. Lume carrying 3-on-2 across. Big drive is deflected wide. Naslund has come on. Hedeken, Lume, Jelena, and Naslund. Kovalov moves it to Gretzky. Kovalov to the net. Pass off his stick. Comes through and went off the stick of Stevens.
Kovalov had broken his stick. I mean, he was right there with a loose puck, and he had no stick in the offensive zone.
Jelena gives it up. 35 seconds to go in the power play. Just under a minute to go second period. Gretzky moving in. Stevens to the net. And it just went wide as he tipped it. Hartford keys it up. Blocked. Rebound cleared aside. McGillney's got it.
That was blocked by Jelena.
McGillney sends it down the ice. Karpovtsev chases back.
One last rush for the Rangers power play.
Sal Messina with Canucks assistant coach Glenn Hanlon following the period. And then Al with Mark Messier. Here's Sundstrom. Shot deflected.
That's Glenn Hanlon, the former Ranger goaltender.
Yes, sir. And then, as we mentioned, Al will visit with Mark and get his feeling about the first two periods. We'll go to the MSG Sports Desk to Bob Page, and JD and I will look at second period highlights. Hope you'll stay with us for that. Certainly, Mark will get a chance to talk about scoring in the Garden.
So far, his team has played a tremendous game. 3 seconds to go on the Staios penalty. The Rangers have to be aware of Staios coming out of the penalty box. Messier goes opposite Gretzky for the draw. So far through almost 2 periods, Vancouver's played almost a perfect game.
Mark has now had 20 points in 20 games as a visiting player. The previous 19 with Vancouver. With Edmonton. Messier and Staios, and it's blocked by Karpovtsev.
Karpovtsev knocked the puck out of midair. That's what we were talking about with Staios coming out of the penalty box.
Messier shoots, deflected by Sundstrom. Rangers 0 for 3 on the power play. That's a big factor in this game. McAllister holds. The boos are for the home team. They have not been able to get things going. Messier scores the only goal of the second period. And he's upset with that 2-on-1. He knows he had a chance.
Well, Vancouver had 15 shots on goal in the second period. The Rangers had 4. Messier was unselfish. He made the pass instead of the shot with a 2-on-1. Staios, the defenseman coming out of the box, was with Mark. And the percentage there was for Mark to take the shot. He didn't. And his club surrounded and really circled around Mark Messier. They played a brilliant 2 periods. The Rangers have not gotten their game going at all yet. They have a period to try to get it going.
Rangers head into the locker room. We'll head downstairs outside the locker room where Sal's standing by with Canucks assistant coach Glenn Hanlon. Sal, take it away.
All right, thanks, Sam. Glenn, 2 good periods by your team. How do you do better than that third period? What do you do?
Well, we've worked hard on defensive coverage, and tonight has been a good, solid 2 periods. And what we want to do, and we want to stress, and we stressed to our hockey club before the game that it's going to be a 3-period effort.
Okay, thanks, Glenn. Sam, back to you.
All right, Sal. Coming up, Al will be with the Canucks captain, Mark Messier, when we come back. Period scoring summary is brought to you by your Tri-State GMC dealers. Comfortably in command, Mark Messier with his 8th goal of the season at 16:22. Lume and McGillney assisted, giving the Canucks the 2-0 lead. Look at the numbers. Shots on goal, 15-3. They took one off the board for the Rangers. 21-11 for the game. Rangers 0 for 3 on the power play. Canucks 0 for 2. Each team with 3 power play shots. And a ways to come back for the Rangers. Well, Jeff Van Gundy said he wants to go see more Ranger games. Well, here he is, checking out Mark Messier's return to the Garden.
Wonder how his team plays when his first game back from a road trip in hockey. If you look around the league, teams coming back from a road trip, first game at home, for some reason, mentally, it just doesn't work out.
They've had 9 wins this season, John. Yeah. 7 of them by 20 points or more.
They've gotten it going, haven't they?
Sharp Electronics Youth Hockey Equipment Drive. Bring your used jerseys, skates, sticks, helmets, etc. to the Outer Mall at the Garden. The first drive is December 2nd prior to the Rangers Caps game, and that's to benefit the Lasker Youth Hockey program. So we urge you, if you've got some old stuff anywhere in the garage, in the basement, in the closet, bring it, please. And we'll collect it and hand it out.
I'd give him my old stuff, but I don't know where it is. I never want to see it again. Coley Campbell checking his notes out. As he looks to the third period, will he change his lines? He's got Graves with Gretzky.
And
Sundstrom was on the left side earlier in the game.
Gretzky, Kovalov on the right, and Graves on the left, with Driver and Leach. And I started Gretzky opposite Messier. Messier with McGillney and McAllister.
Yeah, I think the Rangers are way down 2-0 going into the third with no offense. They've got to get offensive people on the ice as much as possible and not worry about the matchup, so it becomes more of a shootout now.
Etikin took it away. McGillney heads the other way. McGillney with 7 points. This is his 8th game back since signing his new contract. Richter makes a save and holds on. Rangers have not won a game this season when they have trailed going into the third period.
They came back in Pittsburgh and tied when they were down 2 goals, correct?
Yes.
And lost in overtime on a fluky goal. By the way, they held Yager without a scoring chance the whole game. And Yager scored with a puck jumped off of Finley's skate blade back and behind Mike Richter. And a game before that, they had the lead with Carolina. And Carolina came back and tied, and the Rangers came back to win it in the third period.
Dana Merzen moving down with the puck.
So Sundstrom taken away from Gretzky's line and put on the LaFontaine line. And how we very, very, very seldom ever see that.
LaFontaine with Sundstrom and Sweeney. Rangers called for icing. That puck squirted into the crease and it was swept down the ice. Remember, when you're having good times with good friends, drink responsibly, because friends know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Budweiser.
We've got Boré playing center ice here opposite LaFontaine. The same spot where Boré is going to take this face-off. As a Ranger fan. Same spot where he's taking the draw right now is the last face-off that he took. He took the face-off against Craig McTavish when the Rangers won the draw and won the Stanley Cup. Boré took the face-off. Craig McTavish was standing exactly where LaFontaine was. And Larmer pinned somebody in the back porch, and the Rangers won the Cup in '94.
Puck moved around. Sweeney makes his way out of the zone. Long pass it for LaFontaine.
Not clicking, is it? No, there's another thing. That should have been a break-in by LaFontaine. He couldn't handle the pass for some reason.
Sweeney to LaFontaine, whose point-scoring streak is on the line. He puts it in front of Sundstrom. Couldn't get a shot. Sweeney hit the post. There was the big chance. LaFontaine hit by Merzen. Samuelson, quick shot, saved by Kirk McLean, and no rebound. LaFontaine got knocked down.
Did he ever get knocked down? Rangers battled there. Sweeney had time with the puck. He does not panic with the puck in the offensive zone, and he ended up hitting the post. You see, Sundstrom got knocked down. Look at Sweeney take his time, delay, beat Kirk McLean to the glove hand side. Now, McLean on this play may have been thinking LaFontaine over to his right. Instead, Sweeney went to the other side and hit the outside of the goal post as the Rangers were within one. And LaFontaine, watch him go to the front of the net here. He's got Merzen on him, goes to the front, and Merzen picks him up again, knocking him down and off balance as McLean made the save. Here's a shot by Samuelson. This is the shot that McLean made the save, whereas the puck hit him in the logo right on his chest.
Gretzky won the draw right back. Coley Campbell comes right back with a Gretzky line.
Well, these two lines have to get a lot of ice time, Sam. They're down by 2. Rangers need offense. It's that simple.
Leach stops Scatchard.
The checking line is a checking line, not a goal-scoring line.
Leach with Driver. Graves, Gretzky, and Kovalov. Grant Ledyard for Vancouver. Canucks starting a 3-game road trip that will take them to Boston and Toronto before they head home.
The other thing, if these players get a lot of ice time in this third period, and if one of the wingers tires, Kevin Stevens could be moved up.
That's right.
To play a slot for a shift if they need it, and he could score.
Scatchard goes down. Graves looking for the puck. Poke loose by Driver. Leach steps up. Leach tied up with Scatchard again. Now Gretzky comes loose with the puck for Kovalov, trying to beat Hedican. Hedican stays with him. Kovalov by himself, gave it up to Noonan. Rangers were changing. Noonan back the other way, drops it deep into the Ranger zone. Samuelson plays the puck. Rangers have been shut out twice this season, both on home ice by Pittsburgh and Chicago. 1-0 scores. Lindbaum drops it off. Skrudland shoots. Glove by McLean. He's got it. Gets the whistle. Almost 3 minutes gone by.
Lindbaum trying to come back from that irritated left shoulder. He missed some time, came back and played, and in Florida missed the game in Miami, missed the majority of the third period. He actually had his arm twisted back, and the training staff told him that the soreness that resulted was from ripping some scar tissue in there, which in the long run is good. You wanted to get that scar tissue out of there so you get more flexibility, but man, does it hurt when that happens.
And for him, it's the first time it happened, and he's really frightened by it.
Yeah, he's never had injuries before.
McAllister was stopped at the line by Karpovtsev. Into the Vancouver zone they go. Canucks have blown lead, and Messier lost the puck, but the shot was blocked.
Kirk McLean made the mistake there. Messier had a rolling puck to deal with, and McLean did not make a clean play with the puck.
Keane had it knocked away. McAllister moves it. Samuelson stepped up on McGillney, and Messier moves in and shoots. Save, break the rebound, missed. Messier had a wide open net, had he was able to play the rebound. Shot by Jelena, blocked. Keane hit by McGillney. It's Keane ahead for Sweeney onside. He fakes, looks for a man to pass to, was stopped by Matthias Ohlund. Cairns moves the puck out of the zone. Hedican or McGillney. Ohlund. Bookavoon back to get it. Off the back of the net for Cairns. Sweeney has trouble with Naslund, and Jelena gets it back to Marcus Naslund. Cairns bangs it off the glass, and Grant Ledyard takes over. Kovalov on the forecheck. Broken stick down on the ice. Brashear lost it to Driver. Here's Leach. McLean got a stick on it. Graves goes to the puck with Ledyard. LaFontaine drops it back to Driver for the shot. Save McLean. The rebound loose. Graves sweeps it wide. Kovalov. He's taken down. Penalty call. Scatchard will go. Rangers get their fourth power play. It's a holding call. Rangers down 2-0. McLean gets up on his feet after he was down for a little while. John, the trainer came out to check him out.
Trainer had his right hand inside the left goal pad of Kirk McLean, massaging the top of the knee. You'll just be able to see it right down in there. See, he's down there massaging the top of the knee. I don't know if Kirk, I don't think the puck hit him in that area. I don't think it did anyway. Sorry about that, folks. Trying to clear that off for you. But I think that he must have felt a twinge or something. Let's see. Here's the Driver shot. Shot goes in. Yeah, that's what it was. It was the shot that numbed the leg just above his left knee. It hits you on the muscle there, and it just numbs you for a while. You lose all your strength, and gradually it comes back. There's another look at it. Yeah, that's exactly what happened. Then Kovalov drew the power play, and the Rangers go to work.
Well, this is the chance. The Rangers need some life. They're down by 2. That's their fourth power play. 5:05 the time of the penalty to Scatchard. Kovalov moves in. Pass off the skate of Messier. Leach turns and shoots wide. Gretzky's got the puck. For Keane, it went through him. Kovalov for Gretzky, tipped it wide. Great pass, just missed on the deflection. Leach. Gretzky, Keane, Sundstrom, Kovalov, and Leach for the power play. Sundstrom pressured. Gets it back from Kovalov. Gretzky, pass, deflected away by McLean. Kovalov gets there to keep it in. And it's cleared by Ohlund. Ohlund and Hedican with Messier and Bure. Now Messier goes off, and Jelena comes on.
The Rangers had their chances. They had a couple of them, Sam, and just couldn't finish. Did everything right, but finish.
LaFontaine just on. Murzin gets to the puck. Keane was trying to get to the bench as Graves comes on. Minute 10 gone by on the power play. Leach goes cross ice to LaFontaine. That hit.
The linesman went into the bench, I think, and then back onto the ice. So the Rangers early on the power play had a couple of scoring chances. Watch here as Gretzky's in behind the net, and then he'll go to and stay on that side of the net. Great pass by Kovalov, and Gretzky had a gimme, he had a tap in, but the puck hit his blade, went across the other side. It's a great play by Kovalov. Kind of a fake shot pass, beautifully passed over to Gretzky, who just missed the open net. Just flat out missed the open side.
Rangers come in, Leach's shot, partially blocked by Lume. Comes down to Jelena. Jelena with Marcus Naslund. Naslund moves in on LaFontaine. The shot deflected way up into the crowd. It goes. 14:28 to go in the third period. The Rangers down 2-0. The Delta Airlines upcoming schedule for the Rangers. 2 games on the road at the Islanders tomorrow and at Buffalo Friday night. That game in Buffalo on MSG2. Then home Sunday afternoon, 1:30 game time against Florida. Tuesday night against Washington. And then next Friday night, December the 5th, against the Flyers. First look at the Flyers this season, and Wayne Cashman, former Rangers assistant coach, the new head coach of the Philadelphia Flyers. All games preceded by Texaco. Rangers game by LaFontaine. Scores! It's a power play goal. The Rangers are on the board, and LaFontaine's streak is extended to 6 games. That was big for the Rangers.
They're standing and cheering now at the Garden. The Rangers scored a power play on the rush. Leach had to fight through people in the neutral zone. Look at this pass by Sweeney. A quick sliding shot by LaFontaine. Leach made sure he stayed out of the goal crease. Look at there, the battle by Leach. Now Leach will go to the net. LaFontaine stays high and slides the puck, and Leach stays outside the goal crease. No review. Rangers scoring a power play. They now trail by 1, and we've got a game.
And the Rangers extend their streak as far as power play goals are concerned. They've scored a power play goal in 6 consecutive games now. And the Rangers have life. The building is alive now, and Messier comes back from Vancouver. McAllister shot stick to side by Richter. Knocked down by Messier in the corner, but Carpenter moves it. 2-1 Vancouver. LaFontaine with his 14th goal has 14 points in his last 6 games. Sweeney and Leach assisting at 6:48.
Vancouver's last 2 games, they had tough times in their third periods. McLean bailed them out against Phoenix, and then Chicago scored a couple late to tie and beat Vancouver in overtime.
4 times this season, Vancouver has blown leads going into the third period. 2 losses and 2 ties. And Mike Keenan has said this team is still fragile as far as its confidence, and as you mentioned, John,
killer instinct. Yeah, it's not there yet. Talking about the defensive system, killer instinct, and the Rangers is something they should prey on. They should go for.
Here's a giveaway. Driver shoots wide. May have been deflected. Rebound. Save McLean off of Sundstrom.
And the Rangers keep working like this in the offensive zone. They'll draw more power plays.
Shot by Stevens. Saved by McLean on a deflection by LaFontaine. Stevens along the board. LaFontaine. He's checked by Lume. Keeps it alive. Now the Rangers are working hard.
Stevens should be fresh. He hasn't had as much ice time as the others.
LaFontaine trying to take it away from McLean.
He did. He did. He had McLean caught outside the net. The fans responding here now with 11.5 minutes to go, but much more passionate play by the Rangers, getting to loose pucks and such.
Lindbaum lost it to Bure, but it would have been offside on Vancouver. Leach moves it out to LaFontaine. Oh, he got his elbow up.
He gave Owen a shot right in the kisser. No call. LaFontaine was about to get hit. He went whack right up into the nose of Owen. What a great shift by LaFontaine.
11:13 to go in the third.
Well, he just had a hot shift, I'll tell you that, working with Stevens and Sundstrom at even strength, put a lot of pressure on Kirk McLean, the goaltender for Vancouver. Here, watch him bang. He gave Owen the shot before he got the shot. Right up into the kisser. As Lindbaum, he too was pulled down. We've got a game going now. A lot more passion on the ice.
LaFontaine now tied for 4th in the league in scoring with 29 points. He's tied with Peter Forsberg. Lindros and Leclerc have 30, and Madonna with 31.
Madonna had a goal last night in their win over Anaheim. Solani's been shut down now, Sam, for about 5 games.
Keane puts it in front. There's a holding call. Lindbaum was held in front.
This is what I was talking about. The fans are going crazy here. They're just trying to spoil the Vancouver Canucks night. Vancouver had a great second period. Richter actually was really good in the second, too. And now in the third, you're seeing a lot better play by the Rangers. There's Keane moving the puck, and Lindbaum, who Keane moved the puck to, was pulled down and drew the power play for the Rangers. We're talking all the play in the Canucks zone. When you're fighting for loose pucks like this around the goal net, you're going to draw power plays. And there you can see Naslund is called right in front of the goal there. You can see Lindbaum trying to get himself in a good position, finds the puck, gets the shot, and draws the power play. Keane, he too made a nice play.
Naslund for holding at 9:08. Fifth power play for the Rangers, who are 1 for 4.
Lindbaum looks like he may be hurting a little bit on the backside as Jim Ramsey tries to work him and have him ready for his next shift.
Lindbaum used his size very well, I thought, on that shift. Kovalov finds Leach. Leach pass to Graves. Save McLean. Rebound stopped at the line by Kovalov. Here's Leach. Around the boards to Gretzky. Gretzky, Graves, Sundstrom, Kovalov, and Leach for the power play. Sundstrom holding. Hedican and Olin. Messier and Bure. Shot by Gretzky. Stick save. Sundstrom knocked away by Hedican. Breaking out. Bure's open. Lead to Bure. Bure on the breakaway. Bure's in. Scores! Pavel Bure beats Mike Richter on a shorthanded breakaway. And it's 3-1 Vancouver.
You never know in this game. Bure looked like he wanted to go to the stick side like he always does on Mike Richter, and Mike Richter always beats him. Here you can see Hedigan make the nice pass. Now watch Bure goes to move to the outside. Oh, he made a brilliant play. He did that on purpose. He opened up the legs of Richter, put it back through his legs. I thought maybe that the back checker, here you see Kovalov try to stay up. There's the good pass. Leach can't catch him. Now I thought Kovalov maybe had knocked Bure off balance, but watch Bure closely here. He opened the legs and put the puck through. That's a beautiful, beautiful goal. I don't think there's anybody in the league that gets more breakaways than Pavel Bure. Look at the fans' reaction in the background. Oh, what a big goal for Vancouver. Right through the legs. Bure shorthanded from Hedican with a great pass by the Vancouver defenseman.
That is the 6th shorthanded goal for the Canucks this season and the 5th shorthanded goal the Rangers have given up. 3-1, and now the building is quiet. Bure with his 11th goal of the season from Hedican at 9:47. It started with a terrific play by Hedican in his zone.
Well, Hedican, he's had a strong game too. He's been given a lot more ice time since Mike Keenan took over, mainly because he can skate the puck out of the zone. I think the other night he had 3 assists in the game. He's starting to really get the game going. And Sam, the emotions here tonight have really been up. They've been down. They've been up. They've been down. And now they're down, and it's up to the Rangers to get them back up.
Midway through the third.
Offside. Rangers were indecisive at the blue line trying to make the play. Everybody got caught flat-footed and just offside on the play.
Brian Leach. Oh, man. That's a tough number for one of the great players in the game. Mark Messier did make a comment today, John. He said Brian Leach could be -100. He said, but nobody plays with more guts and courage.
Totally agree.
And plays harder than Brian Leach.
Brian's game is not on the level where it should be, and he knows that. But I'll tell you, he's had every bad break possible, including the finger. He's playing through that. It's a change of roles for him, and he'll get his game going. But one player you don't worry about ever, especially with his focus and how he tries and how much he cares, is Brian Leach.
Leach tips it in. Rangers have 30 seconds remaining in the power play. A hit by Keane. Keane with Sweeney and LaFontaine. Here's Sweeney trying to stuff in. It was blocked by McLean. That's cleared all the way down. The Rangers have given up 5 shorthanded goals this season, along with Toronto and Buffalo. Only Vancouver has given up more with 6. Here's Gretzky, Kovalov to the net. The shot, save, rebound, save McLean. Big chance there. Gretzky with a good shot. And the pass across 2 lines will be brought back into the Vancouver zone.
Big shot on goal, and it looked like Kirk McLean had lost his balance, but he found a way to keep his balance just long enough for the second shot. There's Kovalov through the neutral zone on the power play. Now you'll see him go to the net for the second shot. Gretzky the first one. There's the second one. And Kirk McLean stayed upright long enough to make the second save. The New York Marriott Marquis, look at this stuff attempt by Sweeney. And McLean stopped that too.
The Skycam look. New York Marriott Marquis is Broadway's biggest hit. 5 shots on goal on this power play by the Rangers, but McLean has been strong. And the Canucks have gotten a shorthanded goal. Teams are back at full strength. And the Canucks have a 3-1 lead with 8:45 to go in the third. McLean comes out. Matthias Ohlund pressured by Adam Graves. Parkov with Samuelsson. Sundstrom. Samuelsson stopped it with a skate, fires in.
Now the Rangers, they have to find a way with their team to get their level of passion up again like it was in the first half of the period until a shorthanded goal against them. To try and draw another power play or whatever, as the Canucks will try to settle into an intelligent game defensively.
Lume was able to work it deep. Parkov is hit by Scatchard. Lindbaum was able to carry it to the red line, try to dump it in, and does. Merson back for it, Keane on him. Scatchard was bumped by Lindbaum. The puck around the boards. Cairns gets to it. Keane against Merson again. Gretzky in the corner. Gretzky being double shifted. Pass comes through, and out of the zone, Cairns recovers it. Sent the other way by Merson. Richter stops the puck. Cairns for Lindbaum. Skrudland sends it in. Hedican burst through a couple of forecheckers. Shear sends it back. 7:10 to go in the third. Shear for Sillinger. Cairns stops it. Lost it. Ohlund is deep with it. Cairns staying with him.
Sillinger, the centerman, moved right back to cover up for the defenseman who had moved in.
Ohlund with the boom against Brashear. Cairns moves it. Sweeney's touch pass. And Kevin Stevens carries across with some room. Stevens' shot is deflected in the crowd by Merson. 6:36 remaining in the third, and the Canucks lead 3-1. The Gretzky family's here in full force.
Wayne's wife over there, and parents over there, and of course, Mr. Burton.
Is he part of the Gretzky family?
He's got the notes going.
The kids are
having a good time. Sunday when Florida comes in, I'm sure there'll be a lot of kids in the stands.
That's always exciting. In the afternoon. Driver's shot. Save. Leach's shot. Blocked. They've hit his own man.
Did hit the back of Sweeney, who was down on the ice.
LaFontaine trying to get loose. Moving around the net. Taken down. The long shot tipped wide. Driver took the shot. Sweeney hit by Lume. Stevens. LaFontaine. He's ridden down hard by Naslund.
LaFontaine's had a strong third period. Kevin Stevens getting more ice. We mentioned it earlier that he should be fresh because he hadn't had a lot of ice. And he's been strong along the boards and in the corners.
Kovalov trying to fight off Jelena's check. Spun around. Lume moves the puck. And up over the boards in the Vancouver bench. 5:45 to go. Rangers have picked it up. They now have 22 shots on goal. They have as many shots in this period as they had total in the first two.
Through 14 minutes and 15 seconds of play here in the third.
Toronto leading San Jose 2-0 in the third. Phoenix leading St. Louis 2-0 in the first. Chicago and Edmonton tied 1-1 in the first.
St. Louis can't score. They shut out twice in a row at home.
Brett go to sleep? What happened?
Mark Savard, Ranger property in Hartford, player of the week.
He's playing very
for the Wolfpack.
Well. 17 points in 12 games, and the Wolfpack 7-1-1 in their last 9. In first place. That shot went wide. Hedican taking the shot. Kovalov and Gretzky move in. Gretzky, Kovalov knocked away by Messier, and he chops the stick out of the hands of Samuelsson. Back the other way, 2-on-1, Bure on the puck, offside.
Well, Gilney went offside, and Samuelsson looks to be hurting a little bit as he took the slash from Messier, who was back. Gretzky fed Kovalov, and I think the puck may have gone on edge when it hit Kovalov's stick, the blade of his stick. Here's Messier. He was the only man back. There's Kovalov having trouble with the puck, and then Messier took the slash right across the right arm of Samuelsson, and that hurt. Here's Messier, the only man back. Kovalov had an open net and couldn't control the puck, and there's the slash across the right arm as Vancouver. Maybe the slash, maybe that was just below the hand, but it definitely knocked the stick right out of Samuelsson's hands. Rangers are looking for another power play. Can't get it.
Remember before Samuelsson came to the Rangers, Mark Messier and Ulf Samuelsson had some tremendous battles. I mean, they were painful. And as teammates, they have the utmost respect for each other. Now they're opposites again. Sent in by Gretzky with 4:40 to go in the third. McLean moves it to Lume. Leach pinches in. Ties up Scatchard. Leach wrapped up, being held by Scatchard, and was taken down. Cleared out of the zone.
Samuelsson being worked on at the Rangers bench after taking the slash across his right hand from Messier.
Puck went up into the crowd and play stops. Picked up by trainer Jim Ramsey.
Yeah, he had a cut on his thumb and his index finger as Messier came across his hand with the slash. And you can see the referee was right there. Should have been a penalty. It wasn't. Messier was the only man back to break up or try to break up the 2-on-1. Samuelsson hurting on the play. Doesn't look like he's going to miss a shift. Rangers put a lot of pressure in the Vancouver zone trying to draw power plays here in the third. Yeah, not much being called.
Matthias Ohlund with the puck. Keane pressures him, deflects it. Naslund back to take it. Leach gets it in. LaFontaine. Lindbaum for the puck. LaFontaine, Lindbaum, and Keane for the Rangers. Ohlund checking Lindbaum. Keane winds it to LaFontaine. Hedican on him. Ohlund puts it up into the crowd as he was double teamed.
Off the glass. We're starting to see referees around the league call defensemen more than ever before for firing the puck deliberately into the stands when there's pressure on them in their own zone. For years now, they've gotten away with it, a free pass. Only goaltenders were called on the play, but that play by Ohlund there, the rookie, the puck went off the glass and into the stands. You know, it's interesting, the Messier slash on Samuelsson. As a Ranger, Messier would do that to another player. Rangers didn't think it, you know, no penalty there. Now Mark's got a different uniform on, and he does that. And I'm sure people think it should have been a penalty. It's interesting how when the sweaters change,
absolutely,
their way of thinking changes with it.
And you know what? After tonight's game, Mark's going to be the enemy.
That's it
for fans, the Ranger fans.
I think the way they applauded when Mark scored, they want Mark to do well, but they also, the way the Rangers, when they scored, the way the fans applauded, the fans want the Rangers to win, but Mark to do well. So far, it's not happening for Ranger fans as the Canucks have the 3-1 lead.
Later tonight, there's great hoops action. The Nets are in Golden State.
14 of 20 that he has won, and the Rangers are going with 4 forwards with 3.5 minutes to go. Kovalov on the point as they need offense.
Bore looking for the puck as Kovalov is tied up with Messier. Sundstrom's got it. Nice move away from Bore. Leach to Gretzky. Gretzky, Graves, Sundstrom, Kovalov, and Leach. Now Sundstrom has gone off. Sweeney comes on. Kovalov goes down, and Hedican takes the puck. Bure's goal here in the third period. It's only the 5th third-period goal the Canucks have scored on the road in 12 road games.
And 4 of those were in one game.
3 were in
3 in one game. 3 of the 4, and this tonight is their 5th. And Bore was a hair away from having another breakaway here, Sam. Kovalov was pulled down as he moved into the offensive zone. It looked like he was going to get around Hedican. It was knocked down. Vancouver went back the other way, and Bore, he is really cutting through the middle, waiting for that pass from the sideboards, and he was within a whisker of another breakaway.
All right, I'm going to put you on the spot. This is earlier, Ophi testing his right hand, make sure he can hold the stick. I'm going to put you on the spot, Mr. GM. Do you think Bore or McGillney will get moved?
Well, I know Mike Keenan loves talent, Sam, and those 2 players are awfully talented people, so I think if they can find a way to keep them both, they will. The only thing is Vancouver will not advance to a team that will go to another level until they find themselves the defenseman they need. A player that could be dominant. Sweeney was hit with a puck there and fell down hard. They need a dominant defenseman. Somebody that can move the puck up the ice quickly, quarterback a power play, and be strong in his own zone. There was a lot of talk, Sam, when Chicago was in Vancouver, of Chelios being that individual.
Even at this stage, John, of his career, you know, he's 35. He's no youngster.
He can play. He's got 2 or 3 years left in him.
Okay. Graves to Sundstrom. Time running out on the Rangers. 2 minutes to go. 3-1 Vancouver. Sundstrom winds up his shot way wide. Leach gets to the puck. Save made by McLean on the Leach shot. Puck up the boards. Kovalov's there. Brashear to him. Gretzky behind the net. He's checked. Leach with a shot hit the post. Sundstrom has it. Second post the Rangers have hit here in the third period.
Great setup by Gretzky.
Kovalov fires high off the glass. Gretzky's got the puck. Kovalov with room. Moves in. Big drive wide.
Alexis cannot hit the net in this game.
Brashear breaking down. Kovalov gets back. Brashear. Nice pass to Sillinger. And he missed the net. He scores. He scores.
Yeah. Great shot. Rangers hit the goal post when Leach was set up by Gretzky. Kovalov missed the net twice from long range. The second shot, which led to the goal, actually, he had to go over top of a Vancouver Canuck player who was sliding down. And that caused him to go high and miss the net. You'll see somebody sliding right there. Shot goes well wide and around. Now watch the Canucks. And Donald Brashear, who is the resident tough guy for Vancouver, makes a brilliant pass. Wow. Now you want to see a shot? Watch this one. I mean, that was right underneath. The puck stuck back there. That was a great pass. Look at this. Give Brashear credit for increasing his skill level. What a brilliant pass. Richter moves one way, then the other, and the puck is right up underneath the crossbar and stayed there. This one is put in the books. It'll be a 4-1 win. At least at this point, it's 4-1 in favor of Vancouver. Rangers hit a couple of goal posts, played better in the third period, but their first 2 periods cost them.
Sillinger with his 5th from Brashear at 18:42. And the Vancouver Canucks are under a minute away from making this a successful return to New York for Mark Messier. And Mike Keenan. McGillney gives it up to Cairns.
It'll be a very strong team victory for Vancouver. They were pretty good defensively compared to what they've been so far this season. Bore scored a big shorthanded goal in the third period on a breakaway, and he never seems to be able to beat Mike Richter, and hasn't. History's proven that on breakaways, but here he got one.
Stevens.
Messier played well, Sam.
Yes, he
very
did.
Strong on face-offs.
Big
and
game.
his team rallied around him. And the Rangers go right back at it tomorrow night on Long Island against the Islanders.
Loose puck. Sweeney's backhander. He scores with 2.5 seconds remaining. Tim Sweeney puts it past Kirk McLean to make it 4-2.
Now this line's been pretty good in the third period. LaFontaine, Stevens, and Sweeney. They have worked. LaFontaine has the shorthand, pardon me, the goal earlier. Here he makes a terrific little pass. Kevin Stevens is on it. Has to recover the puck. And there's Sweeney to score. LaFontaine may get another point.
And that Stevens will get a point. That'll break his 6-game drought. He had gone 6 games without a point, but nevertheless, it's all over the Vancouver Canucks, led by Mark Messier. Kirk McLean, strong goaltending. A fine all-around effort. They're now 3-1-1 since Mike Keenan took over. 4-1-1 in their last 6 overall. But Mike Keenan has come in, and the fortunes of the Canucks are turning for the better.
The Canucks deserve their win. They came in here, and they had a defensive game plan, and happened to be strong through 2 periods with it. The shorthanded goal, obviously, was the big one. And then, when the Rangers put pressure on in the third period, they were able to withstand it. Rangers' best period by far was the third period. The Canucks ride in on a very emotional night. The fans had the opportunity to thank Messier and did so in a big way. And the Canucks were able to beat the Rangers.
Mark Messier is the #1 star. Bure was waiting. I think he was announced as the #3 star and maybe didn't hear his name called. Mark Messier gets the #1 star. The Rangers' second goal. There's the smile by Mark as he heads off. What a satisfying moment for him. And as usual, he acknowledges people, and that's Christopher Reeve and his family in attendance. Mark's saying, what a night, huh?
Well, for him it was.
Yes. Quite a return to New York.
For his team it was. They had a strong game. And the Rangers, now they look to tomorrow.
A very special athlete returns to New York, where he's had so many heroic moments, and he has one for his new team. And he gets some words from Al Trautwig to top off the evening. We'll be right back.
A stirring night. The Rangers didn't get stirred as the Vancouver Canucks outplayed them tonight, winning 4-2. Mark Messier returning to Madison Square Garden, scored one, could have easily had more. It's his 8th goal of the season, and he is the New York Marriott Marquis player of the game. The Marriott Marquis is Broadway's biggest hit. The backbreaker goal for the New York Rangers to endure was scored by this man, Pavel Bure, who beat Mike Richter on a breakaway. And you know, of course, what the significance of you going up against Mike Richter on a breakaway is, don't you?
Yeah, that's true. I didn't have a success against him. He would beat me all the time, and you know, I was pretty happy today I scored a goal.
All right, let's look at a couple of things. First of all, now in the Minolta highlights, we're going to talk Pavel Bure against Mike Richter. There's so much history here, the All-Star game, the Stanley Cup Finals. You remember this, don't you?
Yeah, it was 94, I guess.
Leave it to us to bring up good memories.
Okay. Yeah, well, he clearly beat me here. He knew what I was going to do, so it was...
What do you learn from something like that that you put into play here?
Well, it was totally different. Penalty shot and a breakaway. Had a couple of right on my back, and I didn't have it too much to think, so I just was kind of reacting and doing wherever.
Yet, Pavel, you do show the puck right, then come back left. The only difference here is you don't go all the way across. Is that a change, or is that just the way the play dictated that you go?
No, it just happens. You know, I didn't have too much time, and a couple of was right on my back. So if I would put the puck all the way on the left, he probably would catch me.
I sense that the way Mike Keenan wants to get the Canucks to play, he wants to pull the reins in just a little bit on wide open offensive play, wants to get the defense settled first. Does this still allow you to do your thing the way you'll be happy?
Well, I really like him so far. He was great to me. I played a lot, and he just never told me like you shouldn't go to the red line or to the blue line. He basically gave me freedom.
Talk to me what it was like to be on the bench when they played that video before the game for Mark Messier. There's the captain of your team, basically tears welling up in his eyes. What was it like?
Well, I was really happy for Mess. It was a huge day for him, and it's really touchable, you know. When you see the guy like him coming back to New York, and he got a standing ovation, even if he's playing for us right now. And another thing, I was really happy when he scored a goal. It was a huge goal for him.
What did this win mean for you as a team?
Well, we're just trying to find our confidence back right now, and hopefully we can play the way we were playing tonight, and hopefully we'll make it playoffs.
Lots been made of the Olympics that lies ahead. Evidently, you've got a date in Nagano to play in the Olympics. What about Alexander Mogilny? Is he part of the picture or not?
I don't think Alex will go there, but me, I definitely will go because it's the biggest dream of my life to go there. And the way I grew up, everybody dreamt to go play in Olympic Games. And since I got to NHL, I thought I never will have the chance to go there. And I have it right now, and I'm really excited.
Finally, there's been so many trade rumors. The way things are going right now, new coach playing around, Mark Messier is on your team. Maybe you're going to start winning a few games now. Do you want to stay with Vancouver?
Well, you know, kind of business, you know, you can't really choose which team you're going to play for. You basically just have to go on the ice and give 100% what you have. Doesn't matter which team you're playing for.
Thanks a lot for your time, Pavel.
Yeah, thank you.
Pavel Bure, one of the game's most exciting players. He scores a breakaway, and the Vancouver Canucks score big. 4-2 Vancouver. Here it is again.